Good morning, sixth grade Egyptians. Today is our second day talking about Egypt, and the topic today is religion. As you can see in the picture, the Egyptians, like the Mesopotamians, had multiple or many different gods. Let's find out more about their religion today. The question we will be answering today is, how did Egyptians practice their religion? The first thing that you need to do is answer the review question. Why was ancient Egypt called the gift of the Nile? Go ahead and pause the video now to answer this question. Welcome back. Egypt was called the gift of the Nile because it was surrounded by deserts, but the Nile River created fertile soil for people to live on. Remember yesterday that we shaded in on our page along the Nile River to signify that this land right next to the Nile was fertile soil. If you did not have this answer, write this answer down and pause the video now. To Egyptians, religion was very important. Remember that religion means belief and worship in God or gods. Like Mesopotamians, Egyptians were polytheistic. Answer question 1 on your page. What does polytheistic mean? Pause the video now to do this. Like Mesopotamian gods, Egyptian gods also reflected what was most important to them. Ra was the sun god. He was the creator of the earth and all things. This shows us that to the Egyptians, the sun was the source of all life. Hapi, shown in the picture on your page, was the god of the Nile River. We can tell that the Nile River was extremely important to the Egyptians as well because they had a god who was the god of the Nile River. Egyptian gods were not as harsh and unpredictable as Mesopotamian gods, though. Many historians infer that the reason Egyptian gods were gentle is because the Nile River was gentle. Remember from Tuesday that the Nile was less likely to have dangerous floods or droughts. With the Tigris and Euphrates, you never know what they would do. Since the Mesopotamians believed that the gods controlled the floods and droughts, they thought their god were angry and harsh. But since the Nile was a kind, gentle river, the Egyptians saw kind and gentle gods taking care of them. Answer question 2 on your page. How were Egyptians' beliefs about their gods different from Mesopotamian beliefs? Pause the video to answer this now. After death, Egyptians believed that there was a glorious afterlife, but only if you could make it there. In the afterlife, you ate and drank and hung out with other relatives and friends who had passed away. Many Egyptian gods had to do with the afterlife and how to get there. So we know that life after death was very important to Egyptians. In order to make it to the afterlife, your body had to be mummified. Yep, that's right, like a mummy. Mummies were not just scary monsters in Egypt. Mummification had a religious purpose. It was to preserve your body so your soul could walk to the afterlife. The god of mummification was named Anubis. The soul of a dead person had to pass through the dark, spooky underworld in order to make it to the afterlife. At the end of the walk, you would be judged by the god of the underworld, Osiris. Answer questions 3 and 4 on your page. What did Egyptians believe about the afterlife? And how did the gods Anubis and Osiris help Egyptians make it to the afterlife? Pause the video to do this now. If you are finished early and your teacher has not had you transition yet, here are your directions. Go back to the Social Studies website and click the Early Finisher link on the Social Studies website. This link should take you to the Egyptian Gods website. You're then going to browse the website by clicking on some of the different Egyptian gods. It's your choice who you want to click on based on which gods look the coolest to you. Then, after you click through some of the different gods, or as you click through some of the different gods, you're going to jot down some notes on the blank side of your page and be prepared to share some facts about the Egyptian gods because your teachers will be asking you. Make sure all questions are answered and keep it 100, 6th grade Egyptians.